Hey,
Okie doke. All right, you guys. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Deerfield, Massachusetts Ad Hoc Senior Housing Committee meeting for April 29th, 2026. I would like to share with y'all that certain meetings normally held at municipal offices are being held remotely with adequate alternative means of public access and where required public participation provided in accordance with House Bill number 62 of the 194th General Court, which extend the governor's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, Mass General Laws, Chapter 38, Section 20 until June 30th, 2027. Meetings are typically rebroadcast on Frontier Community Access Television, FCAT, and are available on YouTube, on the town's YouTube channel. Um, so I'm calling this meeting to order at 5:01. Let's take attendance. I know Blake cannot be here tonight, so he has an excused absence. Carolyn Ness,
yes,
Kathy
here.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Pam Predmore,
Yes.
and Lily Dwight. Guests present are Jason Clark. All right. Anybody have anything they want to add, change, whatever for the minutes from the April 15th meeting?
No, I will entertain or make that motion to accept the minutes as
Ex-
presented.
Second.
All right. All those in favor? Pam Predmore,
Aye.
Lily Dwight, yes. Kathy Sylvester,
Yes.
and Carolyn Ness.
Yes.
All right. Very cool. Um, Updates, we have number one, RFP status, nothing. I'm just leaving that on there so that we never forget to check, but there's no updates at this point. Brownfield status, they have actually started being on site. I got a message from Alex, who I excused from tonight's meeting because I figure they're slammed at town hall. I got an email from Alex that they had that they were going to be starting their work to do their assessment, which is very exciting. I don't know. I think they pop in and out and stuff like that. Um, Alex didn't think it'd be a good idea for any of us to be there because if there is hazardous stuff, we are not properly attired. um, Removal RFP, we all agreed that we would wait to start on that until after town meeting so that we would give the town administration staff a break from our kind attentions. And the Rural and Small Town Housing Community of Choice Grant Thoughts. I checked in with Alex today, so that's due June 30th. The grant applications open like May. Oh, it's due June 3rd. Grant applications open like May 1st, so it's a very short window. And so I was talking to Alex and asked her if it seems like the town wants to use that to apply for an engineering study to create the septic disposal pre-processing for the sewer system. And when it was, the select board seems pretty excited by that idea, um, which doesn't affect senior housing except that it could be a lower cost for septic disposal for all of us, regardless of our age, and it would bring income into the sewer system, which completely has the capacity. So that would help the sewer payers as well. So it seems like a
Mhm.
win. um, and so it doesn't help senior housing. So I asked her, well, could we use that to apply for a grant to help with the removal of the buildings if that becomes necessary? And so she was going to look into that. And I said, why don't you just send me the link and I'll see if I can figure it out because they really have their hands full right now. So that might be a possibility, right? Which would make any developers happy, I would think.
Mhm.
Um, okay. So the the other thing I was talking with her about and it's more of a housing thing than senior housing specifically was um, maybe we can start looking at CPC funds for housing things and not just building a senior housing community, but investigate the possibilities of um, getting creative, right? Can we use CPC funds to create a home share program where we match people up? Or I'm just pulling these things out of the air. So, trying to get creative. I do know, and this might be something that we can explore, that during COVID, CPCs, not ours, but others, used their funds to help pay with for rent subsidies for people who weren't working during COVID, and lots of communities did that. And I'm wondering if, well, maybe from the senior housing perspective, we could find out about helping with either mortgage subsidies or housing improvement subsidies. I don't know, through CPC.
I would be more interested in supplementing the program that already exists, Lily, that helps with low income and senior homeowners make their houses more energy efficient. I think with the current situation in the Gulf, people's electric bills and their heating bills are going to be sky high, and there is going to be no help.
Yeah.
And
I don't
um,
know. I don't know if we can, but yes, that's a great idea.
I
Yeah.
the president just signed an agreement with the EU to sell 3 times more what LNG. And what that means is that our LNG is what
Yeah.
generates our electricity. So our electricity, they're estimating if this goes through, this will have an impact of doubling our electric bills. So
Yeah.
I feel like there is, we could reach out to the Franklin Housing Authority. They have the program that we as Deerfield participates in,
Hmm.
that 1 or 2 homes a year participate in, and it's small, like make handicap
Right. They just do.
accessible.
Yeah, I know. They do the like Life Path, and those guys do
Right.
that
So if we use
home
that money,
modifications.
right, but if we use that existing program, we don't have to generate the overhead of administrating it. We could just have money tagged to
I was gonna say
that
to
program.
Deerfield residents, but they might not be willing to do that. But that's a really interesting idea. It's definitely worth asking them.
Yeah. I,
Okay.
or we do heating assistance or something like that. I feel like this winter.
Does the town have a heating assistance set up at all?
No,
No.
no, but we during COVID, when COVID first hit, there was discussion of the state had given us money, and we were thinking at that point, oil had gotten sky high, and but just for a little bit, and then it dropped off. But when it was real high, we were thinking of doing uh heating assistance
Right.
with it, and it was no one else had asked that question, and we really didn't get it answered because then oil dropped again because use went down once the pandemic got going. But I think the oil is going to be really crazily expensive. So why don't we could ask that question right now
Yeah.
and try to get, some of that stuff answered. Some of these questions that you're talking about answered. Can we administratively do this? Can we give money, to income eligible people,
I like your idea of doing it through. I mean, you said FERCog, but I'm pretty sure it's LifePath that does this.
No, I meant not FERCog, the housing authority.
Oh, RDI?
Yeah,
No. That's rural.
no,
Franklin Regional Housing and Redevelopment Authority.
right. Yeah, I
They
think
go
it's
by
one of the
HRA now. Yes. Okay.
I think it's one of the programs they administer. But LifePath also is, I think,
Yeah.
I'm not sure who handles the heating
Yeah,
assistance,
that's the
but
thing is LifePath does home modifications. I know that. But Franklin Regional Housing Authority, that would be a good thing to look into.
there are whoever's administering these programs, we should find out what, how can we contribute to it and then find out if we can contribute to it.
So according to Google, you can use a CPA funds for heating assistance in Massachusetts. The question is how to administer it. I haven't figured that out yet. So
Well, thank you, Kathy. And while you do that, let's go to Franklin. Since we always said this would be a no homework thing and we would do our work in the meeting, Franklin Regional Housing and Redevelopment Authority. Good God, what a name.
I have a question.
Shoot.
If we were going to be using the town's CPC money,
Yep.
so that if it was funneled through the housing authority, is there any way that we can be assured that it gets funneled to Deerfield residents?
Yeah,
it
well, we
would have
couldn't
to
do it
be.
otherwise. Yes, that
Okay.
would be one of the really important requirements.
So that might
Oh,
be
yeah.
one. I have to look into this, but that might be one of the barriers because we don't have our own housing
Housing
authority.
authority, exactly.
So I can find that out, but
Okay.
not immediately.
They should be able to uh, uh, make it be Deerfield, if it's Deerfield money for Deerfield residents, because the program that you pay back, you also it goes back in for Deerfield residents. So there has to be some kind of mechanism, I think.
So yeah, I'm on our town website, and then just every time I click Franklin County Regional Housing and Redevelopment Authority, takes me to the same page, and it just talks about the home modification loan program. Okay, that's not very helpful.
It just sounds like we might have to do some research, I guess, on that.
Yes, but let's
Yeah,
do it
I'll
now.
do some. So
Kathy, what did you just say?
I'll do it. I mean, I'll look into whether we can just give money
Okay.
to the housing authority or we have to have our own program. I don't know. So
I know they call themselves HRA now, but I think it's all like affordablehousing.com, and it refers to that. And Regional Housing Network, maybe they'll take me there. I'll take you there. Here it goes. Visit their website. Found it. Phew. And they do go by HRA now. It's fcrhra.org. Okay. Programs. Housing, consumer education. So interesting. They have Leverett affordable housing programs. So they must be able to run town specific stuff. Interesting.
which company, which organization are you talking about?
Franklin County Regional Housing and Redevelopment
Okay.
Authority.
Okay.
And they have a specific, like, part of their website that's about Leverett, where they do Section 8 housing choice voucher program, emergency housing assistance, housing rehabilitation, landlord resources, home ownership resources. So they are clearly able to segregate by town. That's why I'm interested in this.
But it's
So-
important to find out directly from them how the funneling goes.
Oh, yes.
if they get CPC money, can that be segregated so that it only goes to Deerfield residents?
Right. Well, so it's not just that though. The they clearly can segregate by town because they do it for Leverett. So that obviously the mechanics of that would need to be set up, but CPC funds have specific restrictions on them as well. So
Right.
so they would need to not only make sure it only goes to Deerfield people, but qualified Deerfield people for qualified activities.
Yep.
But that seems like a really cool conversation to have with them. Way to go, Carolyn. You earned your pay today.
Won't
Um,
spend it all in one place.
Well, we have to set aside, we have to set aside that 10% every year. And, I think it's really important that we try to do something with it constructively anyway. But I
exactly.
am really worried about our community this year. With what's coming and nobody seems to be addressing anything. So it is worrisome. I mean, there should be some meetings going on or something. I don't know.
Oh, you
But
mean about like the cost of living and stuff? Like
yeah,
what you're
well,
referring to?
housing,
Yeah.
yeah. What
Mhm.
what people are going to do for this winter, and nobody, I brought it up at our meeting, and that just if anyone was trying to make any see if there was any kind of regional discussion, or is it going to just be on the state level? And nobody had heard anything, so I was like, oh my God.
I think
Should-
people are overwhelmed, frankly, right?
Maybe.
It's one damn thing after another.
I know. I guess I just, because I'm working on the data center committee, and then I'm also working on the farm bill committee, and it just, so I'm talking to people from across the country, and, it's overwhelming, and where no one is addressing this stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's a grim note. Thank you, Carolyn.
No,
Uh,
I'm sorry. I just,
it's
I,
just reality.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's every day. It's every day. I'm, um, just seeing so much information. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay,
I've
well,
never really
maybe
been that interested in the energy sector, and I'm telling you now, I'm know too much.
yeah. Well, so I suggest that maybe that's a great summer project for us is to let's get through town meeting and then I'll contact Franklin Regional Housing and Redevelopment Authority and talk to them. But I think we got to talk to the select board too first because if they don't want to do that, then we can't do it, right? So, and obviously everything has to wait till after town meeting at this point. Nobody has any bandwidth. So, um, I guess I should start with the select board, don't you think? Well, actually, no, I'll start with Franklin County Regional Housing and Redevelopment Authority, see if they can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if they can, we'll work with them to make a presentation for the select board to explain what it would look like and how it would be managed because Pam's absolutely right. It needs to be very clear. Okay. So this has been a great meeting. So I don't have anything else on the agenda. Does anybody have any new business not anticipated 48 hours ahead? No. Okay, public comment. Jason, anything you'd care to add to the discussion? Okay, I guess not. Well, I would like to suggest that our next meeting wait until after town meeting since we have a tendency to be sitting here hanging fire until then anyway. So, how do people feel about May 13th as our next? Of course, we may have 2 nights of town meeting, but
You know what? How about if we skip to when do we get any feedback from the RFP? When was that?
oh, I don't know off the top of my head.
I thought it was in June.
Yeah, it's not till June.
Okay, how about we wait till the 20th then? Because um just looking at there there is a possibility we could finish the meeting in one night, but I honestly doubt it. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they would jump to Wednesday or not. I mean,
Oh, I gotcha.
I'm not in that loop anymore,
Yeah.
so
Well, town meeting's on Monday night, so oh, but you're
yes,
right. I see what you're saying, that if they won't necessarily make it on Tuesday. All right.
right.
That makes sense to me. How do you all feel about it?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. So, on our next meeting will be on May 20th at 5 o'clock. So, I would entertain any motions about leaving the building, adjourning.
I will make that motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Excellent. All those in favor: Pam Predmore,
Yes.
Carolyn Ness,
Yes.
Kathy Sylvester,
Yes.
Lily Dwight. Yes, and we are adjourned at 5:22. Okay.
Hey, thank you.
Stop the
All
recording.
right.